Good morning. I hope everybody is doing wonderful on this Thursday morning. Yeah. So just a few things. I have to correct myself. I know that I think that is on my last live. Oh, I can't remember. So many days that have passed. Anyways, I said something about that white women are the highest that are getting abortions, and I want to correct myself. What I was talking about was the white supremacy wanting to save 60% of the white babies out there, and I'm going to post a video up as to what I was talking about right here.
If you don't understand the destruction of Planned Parenthood offices, and you don't understand the wall that we're going to build on the southern border of the United States, you haven't read the book The Birth Dearth by Ben Wattenberg. He says if we don't change this and change it rapidly, white people will lose their numerical majority in this country, and this will no longer be a white man's land. He says there are 3 things we can do to solve this. Number 1, we could pay women to have babies, as they have been doing in Western European nations for years. Unfortunately, we would have to pay women of all colors to have babies, so we don't want to do that. He says the second thing we could do is increase the number of legal immigrants that are allowed into this country every year. Then once again, he says, unfortunately, the vast majority of those wanting to come to this country today are people of color, so we don't want to do that. The third thing, he says, 60% of the fetuses that are aborted every year are white. If we could keep that 60% alive, that would solve our birth dearth. Does that sound like racism to you? And if it doesn't, I want to know why it doesn't. If it doesn't, you don't understand what racism is.
All right, so what I was saying was that they wanted to capture the 60% of the white babies that are being aborted, not that there are more white women that are getting abortions. So corrected. Sorry about that. Also, I just want to let everybody enjoy back here. I'm going to be rearranging this. These guys are actually going to go onto my bed because winter is coming. So I want to be snuggle in my bed. Going to rearrange all of that, and this is just kind of too much, so I'm going to disperse this throughout my home, make my home beautiful with all of my paintings and things, and then I'm going to make my background just simple. It's just simple. Anywho, there's that. I also wanted to go over, remember when Merrick Garland did the voting rights? I think it was back in June 11th, I think.
If you want to learn more about what Merrick Garland said in his big announcement last night, you've come to the right place. So yesterday, Attorney General Merrick Garland talked about how the DOJ, and specifically the Civil Rights Division, was going to be tackling all of the voter suppression laws that were happening in the states. Specifically, he's going to be doubling the number of people who are working in the area of enforcement of voting rights laws. They're looking at the laws that have been passed in the states to see if they violate federal law and or discriminate against Black or other voters of color. He promised prosecution of people who've been making threats against election workers. They're going to combat disinformation campaigns that are making it more difficult for voters to understand how to vote. He even plugged the For the People Act and said that would make it a lot easier for the DOJ to prosecute these bad laws. So color me thrilled. How about you?
But Merrick Garland sent out like 100 lawyers across the country to find out and see what's going on with all of our voting rights. I wanted to take a look at that and see what's going on with that. I haven't checked in on that. So here we go. As you know me, I like to just get right into it. No need to prolong it. So let's see what's going on. What I'm going to do is put 4 on top is the issue, and then what is underneath each one of those. So we're going to see what's going on. I usually do a split screen, but I just wanted to videotape it down here in my basement. So there's that. All right, let's check on the voting rights. What's going on? So right here it talks about right off the bat they are finding out that they wanted to end our voting rights. They want to be able to dictate who wins our elections, who they want to be president. They want to keep that, and that's what they're finding out. They're trying to put that into it. That death card also talks about transformation. Like they have a lot of work on their hands to get that done. The 9 of Swords is that suffering and the lack of sleep and the anxiety. They're really coming across across some really, really bad stuff. However, Temperance shows up. Temperance always gives me a great indication that there's some outside spirit work helping them. So because the Hierophant also shows up, that Hierophant, that healing, that teaching, the values come back, our beliefs. So let me go ahead, the Queen of Swords. So this is where the lawyers are coming in to knock that down, give that transformation and that good vibes. The Queen of Cups, also with the Nine of Swords. The Queen of Cups is coming in, and she's like that mature woman that comes in and talks logic, that speaks logic. We also have the Two of Pentacles, which is juggling the Temperance, juggling all of that. I mean, they're out there working. Not much. They're being delayed. So right now they're being delayed for the Four of Swords. So they're coming across a whole heck of a lot of problems. So let me see what their problems, if they're going to make it through all of their problems. Interesting. That's the reason why we haven't heard much about them, because they really are coming across some serious problems. That's terrible. All right. Let's see if they're going to make it through their problems and their issues and all of that good stuff. We have this Two of Swords, a stalemate, the truths. The Knight of Cups, following the heart. The King of Swords shows up, which is that stern energy, and then Temperance. And that always tells me the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Swords, also the Sun is being enlightening all of the problems, following the heart. Like, you guys can't keep this up. We also have the Ten of Swords, burden and responsibility for with the king, the lawyers. The burden and the responsibility is pretty high. Temperance does show up in justice. So the truth. So this is the outcome. The truth, the Temperance, and the justice shows up. The truth comes out. So they do win. They do get there. I remember doing a remote a while back talking about that, where every time I looked into the voting for 2022 or even 2024, everything was sunny and bright and good to go. Every time. If anybody wants to know what cards I'm using, it's the Beauty Tarot. I got these off of Etsy. So just punch in Beauty Tarot and they should come up on that. So anyways, I was also talking about doing, like, I remember doing a remote about Lauren Bobert. I know I spell it wrong, I say it wrong, I really don't care. But Lauren from Colorado, unfortunate for us and terribly unfortunate for her, her district got redistricted. Now, her district used to be completely almost rural, gunslinging ranchers who, the Second Amendment, bear arms, and they're crazy out there. They don't want you on their property. They have trespassing. Don't come in. I mean, it's pretty awful out there on the western slope of Colorado. However, those are the people that got her in. However, now that she is redistricted, right? She had the whole lower part where it was all rural. Now she's redistricted. She's redistricted with a whole bunch of liberal and like Boulder and just completely blue counties. Not including, she is going to be going up against one of our. Okay, so she's going up against Neguse. Joe Neguse was one of the lawyers who represented Congress in Trump's second impeachment trial in the Senate. She's going to go up against him. No way she's going to win that. No way. Right now, they're still in, like, they redistricted, but the redistricting They already put it forth, they already put it out there, and right now they're listening to a whole bunch of people on that slope. Oh, we're not gonna have any representation. How dare you do that? Why did you do that? And they have very great explanations. Number one, it's all about the people. You know, make sure that each district has as the same amount of people to vote, and they don't like that. Oh my gosh, they don't like that. So they're in that litigation, and then they're going to pull the vote. But I'm pretty sure it's like 98% that they're going to go forward with this redistricting, because there's nothing that they can come up with other than we're not going to win is going to stop them from redistricting. So with all of that said, let's look in on Lauren Bobert again. She mad. She is like whiskey shot mad. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, let's see what's going on with that little demon. Oh. Yeah, she moving on. I literally got the page of cups of that immaturity. Anybody that knows me, when I throw cups, they're all of that immature, she has immature feelings. She has immature emotions. That's what the cups are, the emotions. So she had that coming into Congress, that romantic proposal. They sought her out. They knew that they could manipulate her, get her to do what they wanted her to do. It didn't matter. The death, the ending of her was done. Like the redistricting will be the end. Then we have going forward is our Knight of Pentacles, and he's going forward. So Nagus will be there. Bobert is absolutely done. And she's also all tied up in the collaboration of the insurrection too. She also has some serious problems coming her way about the insurrection. And let's see, yeah, because the Page of Wands, she's out there trying to do what she needs to do to build up some more money so that she can be underneath the wing of the demons. That's what that's the only reason why she's there, is to raise money for them so that she can stay underneath the wings and the control of the demons. Okay. So here's another one. And there is a video going around one more time trying to get some good information on the person who laid the pipe bombs. So a lot of people, we have two people that we are toggling between. Two people, one is Marjorie Taylor Greene. They think that maybe it's her, or Lauren Bobert. Now, I personally think it's Lauren Bobert. I feel that it's Lauren Bobert. However, I want to see what my cards say. I could be completely wrong. However, they did say that person, they can see in the video that she had glasses. Bobert has glasses. So that's one little tad bit of information that also came through that makes me think Bobert, the Colorado demon. So let's see. I'm going to throw 4 cards on Marjorie Taylor Greene on the pipe bomb, and then I'll throw some cards for Bobert. Remove me out of the way, cards. If I am wrong, then let me know. All right, so this is Marjorie Taylor Greene. So I see the Empress, I mean, like she was in charge, she directed her. The 9 of Swords, suffering and the worrying about it. The King of Wands, which is that born leader, visionary, bold. And then the Wheel of Fortune comes around, where it talks about that karma, that good luck, that opportunity. So this is Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's not innocent. No way is she innocent. But did she instruct her? Teach her? I don't know. Let's see what Bobert's saying. Woo! Ooh, Martha Taylor Greene is not innocent whatsoever. No wonder she's threatening. Don't you dare tell them where I was at or who she was texting. Because she sat down on that bench and she was texting somebody. They already know. They already know. Whew. The devil just literally flew out. Addiction, judgment, the awakening, the fool. Oh my God. And then the letting go, travel, withdraw, seeking meaning, self-discovery, abandonment. Okay, so the devil, remember Lauren Bobert, this is Lauren Bobert's in Judgment. I do believe that it's her. The devil, and they have judgment against the devil because she was the fool in the whole situation. She was the fool that they can convince to go get that done. Then we also have the Eight of Cups. They are not going to protect her. Once there's solid evidence against her, they are not going to protect her. They're going to drop her like a hot potato. They're going to let her go. They're going to abandon her. That's my final stand on that. I do believe that it was Lauren Bobert who set those pipe bombs. So there's my hard prediction or observation on that. All right, so let's go forward to Mike Lindell. I know he's a boring little son of a biscuit. However, he is losing money. He's hemorrhaging money left and right. And I want to see how far down the scale he's going to go. Let's check in on that little bit. And Mike Lindell. Okay, let's see. What is up with Mike Lindell? So he came in with strength. He came into the whole thing. He used strength. People were believing him. He had everybody behind him, and everybody was just, all right, this guy's really for us. And he's going to get in there and he's going to do the audit and we're going to really get some stuff. Everybody believed him. Now we have the romance. They just kind of buddied up. They romantically, you know, attached to their hearts to whatever he was doing. However, he was producing nothing, the lies, under the moon, a whole bunch of fake stuff. He knew it. Now, a stalemate. Like, the Republicans that are out there voiceful, they're not going to ever move out of underneath the weight of Trump and the Republicans. But the ones that were really hoping that they were right, they have a hard choice now. They have a hard choice with that. So that's why Mike Lindell's public life. Let's see what's going on personally. So nobody believes him anymore. He can get out there and tout all he wants, and everybody, they lost all respect. They lost all, like, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. So they're coming against him, and they're not buying up his stuff, and they're not spending any money on him anymore. So let's go personal. Let's go see what Mike Lindell personal life looks like. Okay, we have defending his boundaries and his territories. You're going to see him a lot right now, especially going forward. He's going to start defending his rights, defending his thoughts, defending everything. He has the Two of Wands, which is that first step in that two paths. He's going to start groveling. He's going to grovel. He's going to get on his hands and knees and start groveling. We also have the Ace of Wands, the new adventure. He's going to find something else. He's going to find something else to terrorize his people with. Right here. Going to start a new endeavor, and he's going to find something else to terrorize his people with. That's what he's working on. suffering, worry, 8 of Swords, being tied up, not letting go. He will not break free from everything. It's almost like he's in it too deep. He can't get out of it now. He can't. Or he won't get out of it. He's so deep in the negativity, it's pitiful. Yeah, ongoing battle, tired. Unfortunately, I don't even know if he's really sober right now because this is addiction. This is addiction. The Nine of Wands, the addiction, ongoing battle. Money, old money. He's really trying to, yeah, the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords. He is losing lots and lots of money. Lots of money. 8 of Swords because of his involvement of that. 5 of Pentacles is his final. Poverty, financial hardship, loss, worry, feeling abandoned, lack of mindset, negative change, struggling alone. And then we have the 7 of Swords at the bottom, that delusion. He may be heading into addiction if he isn't already. He's heading into poverty. He already knows that. I think that we're probably going to see his downfall in the next probably 3, even less than that, 2, 3 years. It's all it's going to take for his final crash to the bottom. If he survives, I mean, I don't even feel like he's going to live through it, to be honest. That's weird. That was a weird feeling that came through. Like he will either take himself out or he's going to die of COVID or something before he goes all the way down to the bottom of poverty in the gutter. Like, anyways, okay, get out of that energy. My last thing here is Biden on the mandatory vaccinations. Let's see how the country is going to fare after that mandatory vaccinations. I'm going to post up a little video right here.
Requiring vaccinations of all nursing home workers who treat patients on Medicare and Medicaid because I have that federal authority. Tonight, I'm using that same authority to expand that to cover those who work in hospitals, home health care facilities, or other medical facilities. A total of 17 million healthcare workers. If you're seeking care at a health facility, you should be able to know that the people treating you are vaccinated. Simple, straightforward, period. Next, I will sign an executive order that will now require all executive branch federal employees to be vaccinated, all. And I've signed another executive order that will require federal contractors to do the same. If you want to work with the federal government and do business with us, get vaccinated. If you want to do business with the federal government, vaccinate your workforce.
Now, that was a portion of Biden's speech. I recommend that if you haven't watched it, go watch it because he's just a powerful speaker. I know that Biden has been my ultimate favorite speaker or in his speeches and stuff. I'm not Biden. Obama, sorry. Obama. Obama has always been, he's been a powerful speaker for me the moment he stepped up to the podium. However, Biden is just as good. I really do think that he gets his words right, his sentences are correct, and he really goes after it, and he doesn't snowball it. He's like lays it out flat. So, and I like that about him because he is a Scorpion. He's going to tell it like it is. Love the Scorpions. All right, Biden and the mandatory vaccination. Let's see how this country is going to fare with that. Temperance, finally going to get some balance. Public recognition, fame, pride, we're going to get some balance. I really don't need to draw anymore. We're going to get some balance into this whole situation because of his mandatory thing. And it gives the justice, it gives the cause and the effect and the breakthrough that the companies needed to be backed and have some support when they say, I'm sorry, but this is law, you know, they have to do it. This is mandatory. It kind of removes the responsibility. I don't know if that's the right word, but it removes the pressure on each company to not have the workers go after them, relieves their pressure off of them and say, hey, it's mandatory, it's mandatory. So they at least get that truth and that breaking through and that truth on each of those companies, which is really, really good. A fast movement in the Queen of Cups. I'm a mature woman, and they're gonna choose maturity over your blatant irresponsibility to not get a vaccine because you've decided to think that Trump is your king. Yeah, they're going to have some conflict, no doubt, but they have power. They have absolute power. I can't make this stuff up, I just drew it. Strength. The money and the strength backing of our country and of Biden and of the administration, they have strength behind them. So yeah, they're going to rail against it. They're going to try their best, but they're not going to get anywhere. So our country is finally going to gain some balance because of that. We also have the King of Cups at the bottom, which is always representation of Biden. He is the King of Cups. He is going to win this battle also. Yay, Biden. All right, everyone. I hope you're doing wonderful. I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's not as long as I normally do, but yeah, you guys have